Yes, and this is the best experience. Thank you for everyone tuning in. We appreciate it.
I think it's double duty.
Double duty. Well, it's a new week, a new time, and some new things going on. But before we get into any of that, I'd like to welcome our newest members.
Yeah. Sun Hung, Pride 0204, Sandy, LR Chen, Yogi, Jinyu, Shootums Manis, sorry, uh, Tendon Shen, Angela Ann, and Mia.
Yeah. So thank you everybody who's joined the Patreon. We really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a lot of support in the Patreon, and it, like I said, it helps us out, and it just shows that, you guys, appreciate what we're putting out. So thank you guys so much. Exactly. And even with that, we also, for those who join the Patreon or in the Patreon, you guys have an opportunity to ask questions to Nick, and we will answer them here. It's more Nick answering them, and I'm just me throwing in my 2 cents here and there.
Okay. So, first question for today. After working out, I always crave cold water, but I'm wondering if it's actually good for you to drink cold water after exercise. Or is it better to drink warm or room temperature water instead? All right, so I'll start there. It is better to drink room temperature water instead, because your body has to reheat it up back to, it feels great. It feels great
It
and it'll
tastes
cool the
great.
inside. It tastes great. But that being said, your body still has to warm that back up and expend more energy. So the best thing to do is drink, room temperature water. Let's see here. Find the rest of that. Sometimes I'm just something refreshing, but other times I feel like drinking cold water helps me stop sweating. Shoulders getting kind of stiff. Okay. Also, is it okay to take a shower right away after working out? Yes, it's okay to take a shower right after working out. You don't want to take a real long hot shower, but like 10, 15 minutes, get in, get your business done and get out, is totally fine. Won't hurt nothing. Or if you want to, and at the end of that, if you want to shut it off and get it down to the cool temperature for, 20, 30 seconds after that to chill it off, that's fine as well. It's not going to do any damage. It's not. So, yeah, there's your answer. You can take a shower right after you get done working out, and you can be hot or cold, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's kind of that. So,
Yeah, I just want to touch base a little bit too. Like I was, everyone does ice bath. Nick does ice baths quite a bit, but there is a smaller version you can do. If you take a bowl, fill it full of water, ice, dunk your face in, and it's proven to have almost the same effects. Not 100% the effects, but you're getting pretty close.
yeah, it'll
Plus,
cool you
it'll
off,
really wake you up.
and it will do that. It will wake you up. You'll feel quite a bit better, and then the ice isn't on your body. So, there's many different ways to achieve goals. That's just one of them. So.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And
And there's a lot of research about taking the ice baths or taking cold showers afterwards and stuff like that. I mean, unless you're a hardcore bodybuilder and are getting ready to go to the Mr. Olympia, it's not going to make that big of a difference in the end. It will not.
yeah, exactly. So you're going to get the same effects, and you're not stunting growth, because most people, what I'm saying, we're talking about minute detail when it comes to that.
Yeah, and I mean, if if it stunted your growth and everything else and didn't make you grow and get real strong, last time I checked, I'm 50, about to be 57. I'm still weighing 300 pounds and I can still lift pretty darn heavy when I'm healthy. So,
Exactly.
so
I'm a big hot tub guy. I like the hot tub. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mhm.
even when I do hot tub, usually about, once I catch my breath, once I relax, I'll slip into the hot tub usually after work, especially on a leg day, because I'm really trying to get that lactic acid out of my legs.
Right. Well, it's going to make you feel better, which is going to make moving around better, and getting around better is going to keep you moving and stuff like that. It will. You're still going to heal. I mean, your tendons and ligaments are the things that need to heal first and the most anyway. And
Yeah.
those take way longer. So an ice bath isn't going to slow that down, and then the muscles recover before your tendons and ligaments will. So that's all, in the end, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And even there too, let's touch a little bit in that question about water because I want to
Mhm.
say, and I'm going to just make up a number. I'm going to say 80% of people are dehydrated and don't even know it.
Yeah, it's pretty high. People don't drink enough water, but they also don't. You need a little bit of carbs with the water to hold on to the water, that type of stuff.
A
So
little bit of salt.
a little bit of salt. This is going to sound really funny, but something like a Rice Krispies treat and then drink some water, you're going to hold on to that water a whole lot better and a whole lot longer
Yeah,
than you would if you didn't, which is kind of interesting how you do it. And there's not a lot of bad stuff in the Rice Krispie treat, to be quite honest with you. So you'll get some sugar in there, which will make your muscles function better. It'll make you feel good, stuff like that. So
exactly. And
Mhm.
even going a little
Maybe
further
read
into
your
the
book.
water,
Yeah.
Nick, let's just talk a little bit about how much water you drink because for someone that trains like you, though someone who lives this lifestyle, it's not an ungodly amount of water, but it's more water than the average person.
Yeah, I drink between a gallon and a half and 2 gallons total a day, which is a lot of water. But I
Yeah,
end up going to the bathroom a lot. But I do other things. I take in the sodium. I do all that stuff. I have one kidney, so I have to keep it flushed and going. And kidneys, if you give them more water to a certain point, they function better. So you never want to be dehydrated if you have a kidney issue. It's the
exactly.
cancer that put me in that spot to have one kidney. So there's not a whole lot I can do about that. All I can
Yeah,
do is best care of the one that I have. And that's what I do. I don't drink. I don't take aspirin. I don't take Motrin. Don't do any of that stuff. So there you go.
that's it.
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's maintaining that water, drinking that water, and also understanding the importance of water. Because I don't know how many people out there are actual people out there who do not even touch water unless
Yeah.
it's,
I run into
in
those every
something
once
else.
in a while. Yeah. Oh, I just drink diet soda. I'm like, why are you drinking diet poison? Just stay away from the stuff. Drink water. It's way better for you if you need to. There's, organic cranberry juices out there. There's organic lemonade out there. I like to mix the organic lemonade and the organic cranberry juice together a little bit, give it some flavor,
Mhm.
and to offset the, the sourness, which is kind of interesting. And then I fill the rest of the cup up. So about 8 ounces of uh, organic cranberry juice, 8 ounces of organic lemonade, and then the rest that's in probably it's got to be like 64-ounce cup that I'll drink out of. The rest is just water.
Yeah,
So
and the reason for that too is the just the lemon juice, the cranberry juice, it's one of those things that Nick helps for his liver function too.
yeah, liver function, and then the organic cranberry juice will also it's very high in iodine, so it'll also help stimulate your thyroid, which regulates your metabolism as well. So it's good
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, let's move on to that next question.
Oh boy, there was only one.
Oh, there's one. I thought I sent the other one over. Let
Mm-mm.
me see here.
You sent me
All
one, so
right.
you'll have to read it then.
Oh, yes. I'll read it here. It says, "Oh yeah, it literally only sent one. I wonder why I didn't send the second one. Let me actually pull it up right now. I thought I sent it over.
Oh,
Here's the second question. It
okay.
says, how can I encourage myself during challenging times, such as injuries from exercise, illness, family conflict, overwhelming work, and other difficult life situations?" And yeah, Nick, there's a couple of things of these here happening because if you guys can't tell, Nick's a little under the weather, so we're gonna keep this one nice and tight today. But we still showed up.
True. So it depends on what it is. If it's a family fight or conflict, yeah, go work out. Go work out. That'll help with the stress that you're going through with that. It truly will. Just be like, I'm not going to let this, it's on my mind, but it's a good escape. It's a good getaway. It's a good way to do something productive, even when you feel very angry. It'll help with that. Or if you feel self destructive because of it, It'll help with that. So go work out if you're having a fight with your family or your spouse or whatever, and you get a free minute. Go do that with your free time in that regards. It'll help you an awful lot. As far as sickness goes, you have to kind of determine where you're at on the sickness. If you're just starting to get sick, probably not a great idea because you go wear down your body and then it's going to get even worse. If you're just getting over it, make it a light and easy one. You don't have to go in and go crazy every single time. They don't all have to be, the best workout ever. You can go out as you're getting over it and just go at about maybe 50% of what you normally do. Get a decent little workout in, get the cardiovascular system going, get your body moving, get the fluids going, get the muscles moving, stuff like that. Get your body in motion. You're going to feel better when you're done with it. Then the next week you can turn it up, and the week after that you can go right back to where you were. It's just about taking your time and getting back into it. You don't have to just jump in both feet and go full bore. I mean, even if you have a contest coming up within like 6 to 8 weeks or something like that, and you get sick and you go through that, you can still do that. It's not going to mess up everything. It's really not. You're not going to get weak. You know, doing a medium heavy workout one week and then a little bit heavier and then back to your normal. You're not going to get weaker through that. You might not advance as much or be as prepared as you'd like to be for the contest, but it's much better than the alternative. It really is. Getting way sicker and not even be able to do the show. So, yeah.
Exactly. And let's touch a little bit on because even in the question too, they're trying to figure out how to encourage themselves to actually proceed because
Yeah,
that's one of those things that a lot of people have. Procrastination is the killer of
it is.
motivation,
It
and
is. Well, motivation's like a rock. We've said this before. Motivation's like a rock that you skip across the pond. It's going to skip really good for the first couple, and then it's going to sink and drop right into the lake or whatever pool of water that you're skipping it across. So motivation is going to fail you at some point. It's the discipline. It's the discipline that's going to make you go. It's the discipline of wanting to be better for yourself and be like, are you going to let yourself, are you going to fail yourself? No. All right. Now, evaluate your situation, determine whether it's sickness or aggravation or whatever, and then go get it done. If you're sick, rest. If you're injured, active rest, move, do things with the joint and stuff like that, but don't go in there and go crazy. But if it's just a matter of lack of motivation, that's where discipline comes in. And you got to have the will and the discipline, the drive and desire to keep going with the same you know, with the same enthusiasm as it was when you first started it. And you go in there and you go put the work in, and then you'll feel a lot better about it when you're done. And you stack another one there on top of it, and you just keep stacking. So
exactly.
basically, yeah,
No, I was gonna
basically,
say. Sorry, I'm keep trying to jump in, brother. But one of
go
the things
ahead,
I was
jump in.
saying is like one of the things I always find to help me when I'm having these days where I'm feeling unmotivated is I make sure I write down the intentions of my day where I'm like, all right, this is what I'm doing today. And a lot of times when you write stuff down, it will come to
Mhm.
fruition because you're what was it like 70% more chance of actually accomplishing your list.
Yeah, it's just like remembering things and stuff like that. If you write
Mhm.
things down, you got a much better likelihood of remembering them and doing them. So it's the same with everything else. If you need to get motivated, write it down. But the discipline that you have to not let yourself down is what's going to make you do it. When you don't feel like it, but everything's fine. It's the discipline that's going to carry through. And discipline day in, discipline day out will will move mountains in the end. It really will.
Exactly. And discipline takes practice too. So, a lot of people need to understand that, you know what I'm saying? You just don't a lot of us aren't just born with discipline. It's forged in what we do every day.
Yeah, and you develop that. You work on it. It grows as you get the discipline. And pretty soon the discipline becomes habit. And once the discipline becomes habit, good luck. You're just not going to be missing very much. Uh, Tonight, for instance, I had some friends. They invited me out after this. I really not feeling great, but I'm going to go make an appearance at it. I'm going to stay till I don't until I feel like my energy's up and stuff like that. And then I'm just going to pack up and go and then get home and get to bed. I got to take care of myself. But these are one of these things where I just want to show up for my buddies, and on some things I said I'd show up to, I made a commitment. I'm going to have the discipline to go and show up, but I'm also going to have uh, the wherewithal to reach for my goal in the long run, which is to perform better. So I got to take care of myself, and that's what I'll do. I'll go say hi, hang out for a little while, and then gracefully bow out, head home, and get to bed.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Let's move a little bit. It says overwhelming work. A lot of people have a hard time separating themselves from their job and from their work. What I'm saying? We all have passions, we all have that thing, but a lot of times you have to make that boundary of this
Yeah,
is work, I don't bring it home.
right.
It's
Well,
hard.
you set mental boundaries, and men are actually pretty good at this. You set mental boundaries. You got a box in your head. That's where you put it. And then you move on to the next box, and you move on to the next box. It's like that. So you set boundaries for your work schedule and time and everything else, and you stick to them. And that also takes discipline, because it's real easy to go under and it's real easy to go over. So set where your limits are, and then go adhere to them. And in the end, you're going to end up being more successful because you'll have more energy when you get back to the business, and you'll want to put your nose down and get it done, instead of, man, I got to keep working all these hours, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. It's not going to be like that. It's like, all right, I took my break, I got things going, let's go. It's time to roll. When you walk in, you're ready to roll. Everything's lined up in your head, and you just start attacking tasks and things that need to get done. And you will come in with a new vigor when you do that. You really will, and you'll end up probably being a lot more successful in the end.
Yeah, no, no, that's absolutely it. And even on the last part of this question, I know it was a real short question, but I'm just trying to compact as much as you can in there for it because it covers a wide brand, and it says difficult life situations. And you know what? Difficult
Mhm.
life situations happen all the time. So
Mhm.
if you're looking for a reason to not have discipline, you'll find the reason. And
Yeah.
when things happen,
Don't let there be something that, I mean, if you're going through somebody's moving on, yeah, it's still good to go work out. It's still good to go do your routine. That person would want you to take care of yourself if they loved you. They know, what's important to you and stuff like that, and they still expect you to go do those things and live your life. There's going to be difficult situations that you're going to face your whole entire life. There's no way around it. There just is. So if you let all those defeat you, you're not going to get very far. So therefore, if life's piling it on pretty good, but you got time to go catch a workout, in the end, that's going to make your mental health better. It's going to make the way you feel about yourself better. It's going to make your attitude better, and you're going to feel better about everything all the way through. And that's what's going to carry through most of the problems and the challenges in life.
exactly, exactly. It's it's these things that a lot of us have to take in account, but these are the questions that people ask. And also too is like having your opinion and knowing your thoughts really help point people in the right direction, because that's one of
Mhm.
those things, what I'm saying, like especially because you sit on that professional level
Mhm.
of many sports, and it's like, all right, cool, like this is a top tier, D1, like you understand what the hell's going on, and it really
Yeah.
helps people push them in the right direction. So like I said, that's one of the benefits when you guys join the Patreon. You can ask your questions, and guess what, Nick will break them down,
Yeah.
and let you guys know what to expect, what to think,
Yeah.
or what's going on, or even how to correct what's going
Well,
on.
I'm not going to tell you what to think.
Yes, I know. I maybe I said it a little too broad.
Just from my experience, and you can look into it yourself and come up to your own. I want people to think for themselves. You know, I want people to learn and think for themselves and come to the conclusions. A lot of these conclusions, most of these, you can come up with the answer. If you
Mhm.
sit there and ask the question, you're smart enough to do that.
Yes,
So it's just most people just need to hear it and understand that they knew the right answer. They just, now I got to go do it. Well, now go do it. It's just that simple. So
exactly.
yeah.
Well, Like I said, that's what we like to hear, and I'd like to shift gears a little bit. I haven't had an opportunity to watch the video, but, apparently Hathor, injured himself, and I'm not too sure what the injury is, so I do hope, it
Oh
give him,
no.
you
Yeah.
know, or at least that was the thumbnail that I read this afternoon.
And then Evan too.
Yep, and he just had his surgery, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So,
He tore, he tore his
what are
pec.
your thoughts? Yeah. What do you think the recovery time is gonna be for him on that surgery?
Thor got over it fairly fast. I mean, probably a good 3 to 6 months of rehab, and then another 2 to 3 months to get it back fairly strong again. It's going to take. It took Thor a good long time. It took me a good year to get my lat back to just about as strong as
Yeah,
it was before I tore it. So it's like that with those types of things. Those big muscle bellies that tear. The smaller
yeah,
ones that heal faster. Shoulders, they're a pain in the butt, but the first couple months, if you do the right thing during that, they heal pretty fast. I mean,
yeah.
it's once you get your range of motion back and you get the flexibility and mobility back, and the thing heals up to where it's strong, it's not going to tear again. The
You know,
shoulders here.
yeah, and with big injuries like that, what's the first thing, because like I said, you've gone through, what's the first thing that you do immediately? Like, as soon as you're injured, you know what I'm saying? I know every injury is, different from person to person, but, you know what I'm saying,
Correct.
with the injuries that you have, what's your first approach?
Well, first thing you got to do is figure out what's wrong with it. Above all, the first thing you have to do is figure out what's wrong. One of my dear friends like stumbled getting off a treadmill and uh, tore his quad tendon.
Oof,
Yeah,
oof.
which is not good. And he sat there for about a week, not knowing what it was. I went to visit him and I pulled on his knee and tried to move it around. I'm like, it's not loose. This is not,
Yeah,
your anterior cruciate or the inside of the knee problem. I go, you're having a problem moving the limb. That's a tendon that came off somewhere.
yeah,
He's like, really? I go, yeah, that's more than likely that's what it is. He I was like, you need to go get an MRI just to know what's going on. You need to go get one. So we got a hold of the doctor, push the doctor. He got an MRI. He goes in to the hospital on Sunday. He gets surgery on Monday. So they're reattaching his quad tendon back
yeah,
to his leg. So that's what
exactly.
happened.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's great, but it's fine. You got to find out right away what's wrong with it. So, go get an X-ray, go get a CT scan, go get an MRI, find out what's going on with it. Once you know what's going on with it, you can start the base of your recovery from that point on. Because if it's something that can be fixed and you're just going to have surgery, cool. You can start moving that direction. Once the surgery is over, you can have all the things that you need for rehab set up and ready to go. If it's something that can't be fixed, like you tore the tendon off the muscle and they can't really do much for those, then it's make everything around it stronger and starting physical therapy right away,
Yeah,
and start making the joint stable and strong as much as you can. Now, if it's something that just needs some time to heal because it's severely bruised and stuff like that, then you do things where you increase your blood flow by just getting up and moving around as much as you possibly can, using electrical stimulation, stuff like that, because blood in and blood out is going to create healing in your injury and help it heal much faster than it would have if you didn't. And those things, you just find out what's wrong, and then you go about, setting up your recovery plan. It makes a big
that's it.
difference. And your diet's included in that, just like in your training. Your food's going to be important, just like that in recovery. Food's important. So don't start eating bad just because you got hurt, and don't start eating a lot less because your body's got to put itself together. So and your body needs protein to put itself back together. So, don't just go off your diet or do whatever else. Stick to as close to what you're doing when you're training as possible. And then just start getting movement and things in there and getting blood into it to get it to heal.
So, what would be the biggest mistake that most people do after injury, after surgery?
Waiting, waiting. They're just waiting, doing nothing with it. Unless something is attached. I mean, I've had a couple of injuries where the doc goes, look, I need you to give me 2 weeks. give me 2 weeks, and then you can start moving around this because I know you're going to start rehabbing it right away. He goes, but I need 2 weeks for this to heal before I want you to put any pressure or do anything with this. Okay, I give him 2 weeks and then I start. But even then, there's still things I can do and still move around, and unless it's in my legs. If it's in my
Yeah.
legs, then I'll just find things where I can bounce balls off a wall or something. Just sit there and throw balls at the wall and keep my hands
Yeah.
moving. It's not going to affect my lower body at all, but it's going to get your hands moving. It's going to get your mind working and get your coordination going. So movement and just occupying your mind, occupying that space, and making it feel like you do something is going to do a lot for you.
That's good. That's good. See, and these are the things that people need to know too. You
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
Well, let's pivot again. We actually we were at a conversation earlier. We were talking about movies that are coming out. Like I said, Nick hasn't had an opportunity, so we can rate a movie this week. But he has seen a couple of trailers that we can
You.
discuss that are might be future watches.
Oh my gosh, I forgot what they were.
I think we were talking Terminator.
Oh, Terminator 7. Yeah, apparently we're doing Terminator 7 now. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was talking about him about that earlier today. The concussion's still there.
yeah,
um, yeah, they're coming out with Terminator 7, which I'm like, how it's almost like another Jurassic Park. How many times can you do, you know, dinosaurs come out, get around humans, eat humans, people have to find a way to stop dinosaurs will stop. Um, Man develops computer develops AI runs machines, decides man is the virus on the planet and decides to get rid of them all. And we have to stop that and overcome it and keep that from being our future. 7 times we got to do that.
well,
Hollywood,
you, you got to keep going back to the well. You know what I'm saying? People keep buying the tickets, even though, what I'm saying, we haven't had an original thought
I
in the
will say,
movie
oh,
process in some while.
that's kind of interesting, but
Mhm.
it's like, guys, George Lucas was just talking not too long ago about Hollywood and how they have no new original ideas. Come up with something good that's original. I mean, what? Stop killing the people with imagination. Stop going for the ideology and just go for good stories like they used to. If this was a good story, made it, people got it there and made it a movie. I mean, Rocky, great story. And Sylvester Stallone pushed and pushed and pushed and finally got it made, and it was an awesome movie. And the original Star Wars, I mean, so many movies that were like that. And it all just seems to be falling to the wayside. I mean, Terminator 7, it looks, Arnold's back and they got to bring him back to life because he's the only one that can fight against the new thing that's going to take over all the humans now. So not kill them all, but just take them over. So it's like, okay, I mean, why?
Yeah,
Why? We
exactly.
did Terminator already. We did like six previous times. It's great and all, but at some point we have to come up with something new, and somebody needs to come up with a decent story. I mean, J.K. Rowling had a great story. She did
Yeah,
awesome with the Potter series. So just start bringing some people up that have great stories, not agendas, not anything else. Just a
yeah, that's
great
it.
story. And anybody who has an agenda, stay out of everything. Get entertainment back to entertainment, where we're not
Exactly.
trying to influence people. We're just trying to entertain them,
Yes,
for a couple hours. Get them away from politics. Get them away from life. Get them away from everything so you can come and watch something that's kind of neat and has a great story to it, that's interesting, that gets you to pay attention and everything else and follow along the story. And yeah, get back to writing good movies, not
exactly.
not Terminator 7. I mean, what's next? Fast and Furious 11?
Oh yeah. Well, we're still waiting on it's Fast and the Furious 11 and a half because the
11
last
and
one
a
was
half.
supposed to be a two-parter. So we're definitely
Yeah.
waiting on that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, you guys went to the well. Great. And you went to the well again. And come on, find something else, man. I mean, just like the Riddick is different. Fast and Furious is there's limits on the planet. You can only
Yeah,
go so much into a story like that. Riddick, you can do a lot with Riddick because Riddick's got a past. You can go places. You can do things. You can see other parts. You can see Fury where he came.
yeah,
There's there's things with Riddick you can still do,
exactly.
which is
There's multiple points. You can only do so many. I'm gonna
car
drive
racing,
my car into an airplane and
jumping out
still
of the air.
land.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know
So,
exactly. When they took a Fiero to space, I was like, all right, I think we've done a little too much.
ow, that hurt my neck. Yeah, uh, yeah. So it's kind of disappointing. It's like we need the storytellers, and the crazy thing is there's two places where a lot of really good stories have come from in the past: comic books and video
Yeah.
games. Now,
Is
those
that well? And
two have
here's the thing too. It's like when comic books and video game movies were never produced as well as they should have been. And then
right.
we got a nice little Marvel boost, and then Marvel got bought out, and then it just went downhill. And it's like, please stick
Yeah,
to the story. I know we've talked about this numerous times, but
yeah, yeah,
the proof's in the pudding when you do it right.
yeah. Oh yeah. So there's so many stories. There's so many legends out there. There's so many things that you can
Yeah,
go into and write about that haven't been done yet, that haven't been used yet. There's all kinds of stuff. Just
exactly.
please do something. So anyway, that's my plead and rant for the day. So
To the movie industry, get your shit together.
yeah, yeah. You say that about the NFL too, but
Oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too far into that because my team's not doing so well, and
uh,
it's yeah, exactly. Yeah, that last loss was a tough pill to swallow.
yeah. Poor Raiders.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's tough to be a Raider fan right now.
yeah. Hey, look at the bright side. The price of the tickets might be coming down.
Hey, let me tell you right now, if that price of that ticket comes down, I will go. And if there's anyone that is a Nick Best fan, please send us some tickets because I will utilize those, and me and Nick will enjoy the game.
Okay.
Just you got to speak it into existence.
Yes, that is true. No, I just find it interesting that like people are, I can't get into watching football anymore. There's they've killed half the game,
The rules
have
are
destroyed.
so fucking insane now. You can't hit nobody. You can't block nobody. You can't touch nobody.
The
You know
things
what I'm
that made
saying?
the NFL got changed, and you got to sit and wonder why.
Exactly.
Um, and then they're like, "Oh, it's for the safety of the players." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, it's not because it's just as unsafe. It really is."
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
all these
It's like MMA. You know what you're getting into when you go to play.
exactly, and the
Yeah.
guys know it's not that. It's gambling.
Yeah.
Let's just
You
call
know.
it what it is.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
it's hard to run fantasy football leagues or run gaming lines when players get hurt all the time. Makes it
Yeah.
very difficult, especially for
Very.
fantasy football.
Especially for
And
fantasy football.
yeah, and so you change all the rules and say, oh, it's for their health and it's for their safety, and you take away all these things. You completely take away all the really good star linebackers. There's never going to be another Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
There's never going
Yeah.
to be another Matt Millen or
Ray
Dick. There's
Lewis.
never going to be
You
another
know.
Dick Butkus.
Yeah.
There's never going to be another
Yeah.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
There's never going to be another Lynch. There's never going to be another
Yep.
Ronnie Watt.
Yep.
Um,
Another
all
Jack
these guys,
Tatum, Howie Long,
not one
Bo
offensive
Jackson.
player. Yep, yep, exactly. Well, Bo Jackson's offensive player, but
Yeah, he
it's
was,
okay.
but he still steamroll everybody.
Yeah, you could have a Deion Sanders,
Yeah,
back there catching passes and making interceptions and stuff like that. But that's it.
that's it.
You know, Deion wasn't known for Okay, go ahead, catch the ball. You're gonna pay
Yeah,
for it. There's
exactly.
none of that, and these guys got free agency for a reason.
Yep,
The reason why they made these huge salaries and make all this money is so that they don't have to do anything the rest of their lives that they don't want to do if they're smart with their money. And they're
exactly.
all more than making that kind of money now.
Yep.
So, they yeah. And then the NFL's got healthcare plans for them and stuff like
Yeah, they
that.
got retirement. They got they got union. There's a lot of things there for the NFL.
But you
You know what I'm
change all
saying?
these rules and you completely destroy the integrity of the game and what it is. And then you now have the referees that just look
Oh, don't get
awful.
me the bias I see at all times.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We can be conspiracy theories and put on our tinfoil hats right now, but
At the end
the
of the
entire
day,
world can see it now. The entire
right,
world can
and
see it now.
at the end of the day, you can't change it, I can't change it. Well, yes, we
Yep.
can.
Yeah.
We can change it. You know how we
Exactly.
change it? You don't buy it.
Yep.
You don't watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's my other beef now. I gotta like if I want to watch football, the way I like to watch football, I have to have 7 different streaming platforms, and I have to pay for apps to just watch it. And it's like, I have not watched as much football as I normally would because I like to sit down on Sundays and I like to watch a few games and enjoy
Mhm.
myself. But we can't even do that
Mhm.
now because it's no longer just on television. It has to be everywhere else, and everyone has to have their individual rights
It's
to
like
stream it.
it's like the WWE NFL now.
Yeah,
It's an entertainment thing instead of an
yeah,
actual football game. I wanna see, you
yeah,
know, men be men and animals be,
yep,
that's what the game was.
yeah,
It was who is tougher. Now it's
exactly,
who can run really fast, catch the ball, and not get hit, and then act like they did something special
exactly,
because the
exactly.
guys were
Yeah,
trying to keep him from catching the ball.
yeah,
They couldn't slam into the ground. They couldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm
exactly.
sorry. Patrick Mahomes can never be even closely ranked to any of the previous era's quarterbacks. Couldn't be a Marino or an Elway or a Joe Montana
Yep, Stabler. You know what I'm saying?
or even Brady because Brady came
Yeah,
in during that era. He just played
that's
that
it.
long.
That's it.
And one of the reasons why he was able to play that long is all the rules changed and allowed it to where he didn't get destroyed anymore. And
Exactly.
once that happened, I mean, how good could have Joe Montana been if Jim Burt wouldn't have hit him in the back?
For real.
I mean, that hurt him pretty bad. It messed up his back.
Yep.
And then how about Steve Young with all the concussions he got?
Oh, yeah.
Steve Young his legs were as good as any mobile quarterback's legs ever. And
Yep.
he'd go out and be running the ball. Those guys would come hunt for his head, and you couldn't run outside the pocket like that.
Yep.
Not for very long. You
Not
might
for
get
very
away with
long.
it for a season, but you can get away with that season after season. Randall Cunningham did because he was really fast
Real
and he was very
fast.
evasive and he knew when to get down. But not a whole lot of quarterbacks were able to do that. Vic came in kind of in the middle of the rule changes, but
Yeah,
still,
but Vic was fast too. You know what I'm saying? He had the maneuverability in him to do it. You know what I'm saying?
but he still didn't last that long.
Yeah. Well, plus the whole scandal really pulled him out of the NFL. So it
Yeah,
is what
right.
it is.
Oh,
He put
yeah.
himself in that situation. So, you know,
Deservedly so too.
yeah, exactly. Like I said, I'm just saying the guy was good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
That
he was a
yeah,
great athlete, but doesn't
yeah.
being a great
Piece of shit
athlete.
versus a piece of shit person. It just is what it is.
But
Well,
yeah,
I
so
think we let's not bore our fans a little too
yeah,
much with
okay.
football
Yeah,
talk because we can go in on that period because you
for a
know
long time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, Nick,
so
I know I can hear you stuffed up. I can hear you coughing. I don't want to hold you up too much longer, and I know the people here want you to feel better. So, Nick,
mm,
I hope you feel better. I hope you
mhm.
get some rest. I told you to get some of that Zycam. So, you know, what I'm saying that's that zinc. That's all it is zinc. You put it on your tongue, it dissolves, and then boom, it like forces the sickness out of you. I swear by it.
Okay, man, I'll go give that a try. So, but hey, thank you all for watching and tuning in and stuff like that, and subscribing and stuff like that. And please share this with everybody. It'll really help us in the end. Keep asking the questions. We'll keep getting to you, and go out and be good. Give other people, give them some compassion. Give them some space. If they don't agree with you, it's okay. Just go about your business and do your thing. Do you, boo? And which we all try to do. I try to do it. We're all guilty of it, but just do the best we can is all we can do, and go out there and you know spread some love in the world. Train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. That's all I got to say about that, Jenny.
You're listening to The Best Experience with Nick Best.